Hello, hello. Good evening, if it's evening where you live. Good morning, good afternoon. So here we are for the warm-up lesson number 3, where I'm going to support you to learn saxophone through improvisation. So we are going to understand how music first of all works, music as a language, so you can express yourself on your instrument. So even if you are starting from zero, you don't know nothing about saxophone, you are just starting, or if you already play saxophone but you want to learn improvisation, that's the purpose of that class. Hello, Devon. Hi everyone, hi everyone. So, if you are starting from zero, just listen the lessons, take notes, it can support you a lot. And if you already play saxophone, hello Tina. Tina's here, all the warm-up lessons. So, if you are starting from zero, if you already play saxophone but you want to learn improvisation, you are in the right place. Now we are going to the warm-up lesson number 3. What's the topic of the warm-up lesson 3? I can't read music. So, for who is arriving now, the warm-up lessons every day before the Sax Creative Experience Week, we're breaking one specific common objection that potential saxophone learners have. So, yesterday we explored a different objection. Now we are going to explore that one. I can't read music. Most of you think that you must read music to learn saxophone or improvising, and now I'm going to show you that you don't need to read music, but it's a kind of tool. At the same time, if you are starting now from zero and think you need to learn music to learn saxophone or express yourself freely, at the same time, we have another issue. For example, who already plays saxophone in orchestra but can't improvise. The issue that they have, you are one of that saxophone player. You read very well, you play in orchestra, but you can't feel the musicality inside you. You can't understand the music and you can't improvise. Can you see? Look the opposite, but both objection connected to the music sheet, the way we read music or write music. So we are going to explore that objection here that can support you, even if you are starting from zero, or if you already play, you can read but you can't express yourself freely on your instrument. So that's a very important lesson. The objection, let's just refresh here. Have you ever thought, I cannot read music, sheet music looks too complicated, I need to read before I can play, music theory and notation will block me. This is a very common fear for beginner. Remember, the previous lesson, I just remember you that you can't pressure a lot yourself because you are learning something new, you are learning a new skill. So we have to understand that we need a process, we need time, especially music that is a new language. Okay, maybe you noted, English is not my first language, so you know, but now I can express with you with some mistakes, some grammar mistake, but I can express, I can teach you music, saxophone. So that's it, we have to be patient with ourselves and understand that we are just learning, okay? Music is the same. What this lesson will do? In this lesson, we will understanding why music notation exists, break the fear of reading music. Let's break that fear. Let's see it as a tool to support our knowledge, our progress. See that notation is a support, not a prison. Use a simple, practical example to connect sound and visual information. So let's also reflect why texts exist. Why you read something in English, let's explore the why existed. So just quick remember, if you are registered for the Sax Creative Experience Week, Steno, just let me just follow here. Can answer that, but just a second, just a second. I think most of you are already registered for the Sax Creative Experience Week, but sometime the platform show the video to other users online. So just remember, if you are arriving here, just remember that that's just a warm-up lesson to get you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. So don't forget to leave your like. It's very important to leave your like here. Follow the channel. Engage. It's very important to engage here so I can understand if you are understanding what the concept I'm sharing. Your background is very important to know everything. So this lesson prepare you for the Sax Creative Experience Week, which will happen between 11th and 18th August. So we have warm-up lessons every weekday to get you ready, so you can observe a lot of content. If you are starting from zero, or even if you already play, you can become familiar with the method, with the concepts I'm sharing here with you, and I'm sure it can support and can help you a lot on that journey. Okay, so just to remember, you can scan the QR code or check in the description, and you can join us join the WhatsApp group. I'm sharing audios every day there to support you. Okay, it's free. So start with question. Ask yourself, let's ask yourself about the objection of the day. Why do first of all, let me return here the question of Devon. Devon, those have tenor and the same notation. So not because alto. Can you see the size of alto? Alto is the half size, so the frequency is higher. Okay, let me explain just a brief. So when the notation is adapted, so we can use the same fingering by reading. For example, if you are playing alto saxophone and read C, B, A, you can maintain the same shape of the fingering. Okay, can you understand? But it's not the same. You have to transpose. It's another concept. It's an advanced concept for some of you. I don't want to go deeper, but yes, it's a different key. It's transposed. But let's go ahead here, because it's a kind of advanced question for some of you. Ask yourself, why do human beings create text? Think about it. Why we create text? Probably you are here because you saw a website and you registered, you saw the information. You can access the text first of all. So why do human beings create text? Why do we write ideas down? Why do we write ideas down? Can knowledge travel without a way to record it? Can imagine, for example, today we have radio, we can record video, we can record audio, but think about 1,000 years ago, 2,000, 300 years ago. Think about it. Today we have a radio, we have a lot of technology. So can knowledge travel without a way to record it? Can visual support help us understand what we hear? Can support what you hear. Visual reference can support you. So is reading music the same thing of making music? Okay, so let's answer this question to understand the main topic of the lesson today. Why text exists? Text exists because human beings need to record and transmit knowledge. So it's easy for you to transmit. For example, if I'm writing a book, you can read that same book in 20 years, or the same book in 100 of years. Okay, and you can have the same knowledge. For example, we have Bible. We have how long we have access? We can access the text, the books of Bible, a collection of books. How long? Because of the text, it was written. But most of the knowledge were oral. Can you understand? Most of the knowledge were oral. So I'm writing some experience, something I saw. So remember it. Remembering, writing help us remember information, share ideas with other people, send knowledge across distance, preserve knowledge across time. Music notation was created for a similar reason. Think about orchestra during the century 7th, 16th, or 15th. So the generation of orchestra. Most of the orchestra, if you are learning saxophone to play in orchestra, probably you are following the same method of the orchestra hundreds of years ago, which is reading music, reading notes by notes, and just playing. You don't have to think nothing about the notes, nothing about what's happening in music, just read. Okay, so now we don't live in the centuries of the classical orchestra. We still have classical orchestra, but we live in another context. We have radio, you can listen. So we have another tool to listen music and express ourselves. For example, pop music began because of the industry, because of the radio. Now we can access music in radio. You can record yourself, you can make music. It's another generation, so it's much easier. Can you see the melody today is much more simple than before, because we can understand it, we can listen it, and we can reproduce it, and then add different beats. We have very different references just by listening. We have to reflect about it. So imagine a world without recording. Hundreds of years ago. So imagine a world without recording. Imagine that there is no radio, no phone, no video, no audio recording. How could someone send a song to an orchestra in another continent? How could a musician reproduce the same music without hearing the original performance? That's a very interesting question. How could a musician reproduce the same music without hearing the original performance? So a lot of songwriters were traveling to listen orchestra. For example, musician from Russia traveling to France to listen orchestra and then taking notes and then return to the country and write for orchestra, getting inspiration just because of the notation. So it's another context. We still have that technology, but it's not everything. It's not everything. Okay, we have many different ways to learn music. Learning music as a language and express on your instrument. Okay, so how could a musician reproduce the same music without hearing the original performance? Just by text. Notation helped musician travel before recording exists. Okay, so before record exists. And then a very exclusive musician with the skills to write, because most of the musicians were just reading and playing without thinking about music. Today we have recordings. Today recording changed the way we learn music. We can now listen many times, copy by ear. Can you think? Remember, the melody today are much simpler because of it, because now you are able to listen and memorize it and reproduce it. So just short phrases adapted to the radio generation. So technology can influence directly our art, our expression, the technology, the world we live today. So we can now listen many times, copy by ear, compare sounds from different styles, many different styles, learn from videos, repeat the same example. This means notation is not the only way to learn, but it is still a very powerful support. Why powerful support? Because we can see clear some notes, especially if you are not able to listen well. Maybe you can use the music sheet as a tool, but it's just a visual reference. Every time inside my course, because I teach in a program, I have a school, and I teach, most of the students already play saxophone, and the issue is because they are always reading. They can read very well, but if you are not playing by ear, by listening, you can't feel it inside you. So it's part of the process. If you want to become musician and the way you are not just reproducing the notes, you are making music, you have to feel it inside you. So the music sheet must be a tool to see, to have a visual reference of what you are listening or playing. Can you understand? It must work as a support, as a tool. It's clear? So visual support helps learning. Think about school subjects. In geography, maps help you understand places. Map helps understand places. Math, geometrical figures, help you understand shapes. Language, English, any language, grammar, help you organize sentences. Music is the same. Notation gives visual support to what you hear and play. Just a visual support. Especially after. Now, if you are starting from zero, you are remember about the previous warm-up lessons, about symmetry, counting the beats. We have now some practical exercise connected to the topic today. So we have to measure the beats. Remember about the 4 beats per bar, quaternary bar, about symmetry. Remember, today we are going to analyze it in a very simple way, in a music sheet, what we explored in the previous warm-up lessons. Just remember, if you are just arriving now, you can check after that lesson, in the description. We have a playlist with all the warm-up lessons. We are in the warm-up lesson number 3. We will have 10 warm-up lessons to get you ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. So you have enough content to observe everything during the Sax Creative Experience Week. So don't miss that opportunity, okay? We are every day adding something new. So, recap. We learned about timing, that we must develop timing perception is something that we must develop it. Time perception, the perception is not something natural, like breathe, like sleep, eat, is something that we have to develop. Remember, using metronome, we have to count in the beats. Remember, let me play here. I'm here with my metronome. Let's just remember. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 4 beats. And then we are exploring symmetry. Remember, call and answer of the previous lesson. We have the first bar and the second creating call, and third and fourth creating an answer. Remember about the technique of the previous warm-up lesson. So we have to calculate it, the bars, and create variation. Remember about the warm-up lesson tomorrow. So now the problem is not using music as shit. The problem is believing, let me expand here, is believing that you depend on music sheet to make music. Music comes first as sound, movement, rhythm, and expression. Notation is a tool to help you see, because sound is something that you listen. We have to develop our listening. Always we are learning something new in music. Maybe you can't observe, maybe you never thought about symmetry and the phrases in music. So I'm opening a window if you never heard about symmetry. Now you can start understand that music are phrases. You can count the beats, you can listen to music in a different way, because now you understood that we have the symmetry, the beats. So we are always understanding that exists something new. So that's just a visual reference to support us to see something music. So we have a visual references. It's to support our knowledge, support our perception first of all. Music comes first as sound, movement, rhythm, and expression. Notation is a tool to help you see, remember, and organize what's happening. Okay? So now we have a practical example. Remember about see. Let's try, because we are listening music when we are becoming musician. We we have another relation with the sound. Sound for us, when we are practicing a lot, developing our perception, understanding the elements in music, the complexity of the language of music, we can change our brain, the way we relate with the sound. We can really see music. So when you can, sometimes you are listening sound, but you understand that frequency is lower, that frequency is higher, that frequency is even lower, that frequency is even higher, and at the same time counting the beats. So we have time, beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, okay, horizontal movement, time, and then we have the frequencies. Some frequencies higher. Remember about alto saxophone? Some frequencies higher, some frequencies lower. Okay? So frequencies higher and lower. Remember in the previous warm-up lesson when I told you that music is an art where we organize sound in time? We can stop. Can we stop time? We can't stop time. So the frequencies are always going through the time. So the beats are going 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the melody is going high, down, high, down, high, down. So lower, oh, and higher. Okay, so that's the horizontally, it's the time. And the frequency higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. Okay, so let's do an exercise here. Remember about the beats. Let's continue with that exercise of symmetry, of bar, quaternary bar. I'm going to play something very simple, and try to visualize what I'm playing. Try to visualize what I'm playing, okay? I'm going to play something very simple. Try to visualize. Remember, frequency, higher, lower, higher, lower, and the time going horizontally. Let's play here the metronome, because we are going to play 4 bars, 4 beats each bars. Okay, so 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bar. Okay, so let's listen each. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me play something and try to visualize it. Try to visualize it. 1, 2. Can you see? Again. Pa, 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 pa. Can you visualize it? The time and the frequency. Again, let's play again twice. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me show you in a conventional music sheet, in a traditional music sheet, what you just heard. But before, let's reflect on it. Before show you what I just played, let's reflect. Can you see where the notes happen? Can you see the rhythm? Can you see the repetition? Can you see the answer? Remember about the call and the answer? This is the purpose of music sheet, to visualize, support what you already heard. Okay, let's play for the last time. Think about this question here. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can So let me show you what you just heard. So if you don't know nothing about music sheet, you just heard it. Check here in the left side, it's a 4 bar 4. It means quaternary. So we have 4 pulses on each bar. Can you see how many bar? Can you see the line here crossing? It's called as bar. So we have 4 bars here. Remember, pa 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 pa. Can you feel it? So it can help us to visualize what we are listening. Can you see? Maybe you don't understand nothing about music sheet, but you can now understand the purpose, right? Let me know if it's clear for you. So maybe, can you see? We have 4 beats each bar, so we have 4 bars. Can you see? It's just a visual reference. I'm not going to teach you how to read music, just a visual reference. We are not going deep. I just want to show you in an intuitive way. Show you that music, the text generally exists just to support what we are listening. Because listening is a skill that musicians develop. We human beings, all the animals in nature, develop the audition to listen noise, something danger, not music. Music is something exclusively human. So if you are becoming a musician, you are learning how to listen music elements that most of people can't listen. Maybe you can feel it. You can feel, but when you become a musician, you know what you are doing. The warm-up lesson tomorrow, I'm going to explain exactly it, because we can control the emotion just using sounds. We can use sounds in a technical way. You already know about symmetry, the time, develop listening, and tomorrow I'm going to show you why we can create chords. One chord can bring a emotion, released emotion, and why other chords we can bring a tension. We can bring a feeling of tension, and another something more released. Why can we do that? So it's music, you know. The topic of tomorrow lesson is exactly it. So it's music sheet. It's not theory. It's not theory. It's just a way you can understanding visually what you are listening. Music theory began when you can understand the power of the songs. You know, you have knowledge. When you know that you can use the sound to bring happiness, or you can use sound to bring sadness, or you can bring sound. You can create sound to bring anxiety. You know, that's the power of music. That's when music theory began. So you understand the magic of music. You can create it. Okay, that's the interesting thing. So music sheet exists to understanding those elements. Okay, so we have minor chords, diminished chords, major chords. We have different scales. Each scale brings a different power, different sensation. So we can travel. We are in another dimension. So we are working another dimension. That's where music becomes something magical, interesting. Something that when we are becoming a musician, we are understanding how everything works. So you can do it on your saxophone. That's the purpose of the warm-up lesson. That's the purpose of the master class, where I'm going to show you that you can use your instrument to make magic. You can make magic with your instruments. You can bring happiness. You can make people happy. You can dance. You can entertain yourself. You can be creative. That's the purpose, okay? So that's it. Just to recap the 4 bars, one phrase about the previous lesson. Just remember, you have here in the description the previous warm-up lessons if you want to review. Just remember here, recap the 4 bars, 1 phrase. The first bar, you can create a call, answer, call and answer. Okay, that's it. Just remember about symmetry. Okay, is everything clear about the symmetry of the phrases? Let me know if you have some question. Type your question if you have some question. Meanwhile, I'm playing it in another kind of sheet. Another, it's not the traditional, but you can see what I'm playing here. Meanwhile, you are typing your question. If you have some question, I can play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's it. That's just the melody. That's that song here. You just heard it. The same thing, but written a different way. So let me know if you have some question about that lesson. Let me know if you have some question about the masterclass, about everything. Let's review. Notation exists to record and transmit music. Recording helps us learn by listening and copying. Music sheet is visual support, not a barrier. You do not need to depend on notation to begin making music. The more you learn, the more you can hear and see. The more you learn, the more you can hear and see. So it's something, be patient with yourself. It's something that you can develop gradually. Be patient with yourself. If you are just the beginning of your journey, be patient with yourself. Okay? The more you learn, the more you can hear and see and play. You can add notation progressively as your musical skills grow. So meanwhile your musical skills are growing, you can add some notation. So you can learn notation meanwhile you are learning something new in music. Practice today, listen first, then look, play. You can keep practicing creating the phrases, call and answer. Remember, you can create just try something intuitively for now. So thanks to all. Thank you everyone to coming here. Thanks Tina. Hello. Thanks everyone to coming here. It's a pleasure to share the knowledge with you all. So that was the warm-up lesson number 3. We have warm-up lesson every weekday. Tomorrow I have a gig, but we have lesson. I just can't answer your question in real time, but we have warm-up lesson because I have a gig in the time of our lesson. But you have warm-up lesson. You have warm-up lesson, and we are going to explore the chords. The chords. Remember about theory, we are going to explore it. Why some chords we can feel happy, another chord we can feel some sad. So we are going to explore it. Tomorrow we have lessons every weekday to get ready for the Sax Creative Experience Week. So bye everyone. See you in another warm-up lesson. Cheers.